Did you get ready in the dark or something? 'Cause you look like a beautiful nightmare.
Hi Scorpio, happy Scorpio season. Welcome to November 2021. This is going to be your astrology. Sorry, my ear got itchy. This is going to be your astrology and tarot reading. Okay, update for November 2021. It's going to be spiritual guidance, but of course, like always, we're going to take a look to see exactly what the cards are going to say and exactly the messages that need to come forward for you this month. Like every month, like every day, like always, you know, we are the ones who created the calendar. We are the ones that divided up days, weeks, months, etc., etc. But there's always so much different astrological energy that's going on, whether it's between transit, whether with transits or certain aspects that's going on. So we are going to focus in on the energy with the Astro Soul deck and see exactly like what messages, what energies, what it is that you need to know for November and what is coming up specifically for you for November through the tarot and through the oracle. Okay. And then if like things start coming up through that oracle deck, then I'm going to talk more about that particular astrological event that will be happening in November. Okay. If you guys did watch my last video, my mid-October, you know that I did do a little bit of reading from this moon phase astrology book. So I just want to let you guys know that if I do pull a moon phase card from the Astro Soul deck, I'm going to be diving a little bit deeper into the information for that specific moon phase. And I'm going to read from this book again. Okay. So that's only if we pull a moon phase card. Okay, because I really just want to give you guys as much like information as possible. I just feel like this book is so cool. It really provides a lot of insight and like just like really interesting storytelling too. Okay. So like the archetypes for the different moon phases and the zodiac signs are just so interesting, and it really just kind of adds depth and enhances the reading, in my opinion. And I can just, you know, I enjoy kind of using those different resources to do your guys's reading, right? But we are gonna, but yeah, that's if we pull a moon phase card. So it's really just gonna depend on like what cards come out of the Astro Soul deck. So we're gonna take a look. Okay, we're gonna see. And then I am gonna clarify with tarot, and I'm gonna use 2 different tarot decks. And then I'm going to wrap up the reading at the end with an oracle card from the Enchanted Map Oracle. Okay. So that's going to be kind of like the flow for this particular reading. Okay. Whew. So there is going to be a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on November 19th. That is going to be, that's like one of the biggest, I guess you can say, astrological events that's going on for November. The full moon in Taurus, and it is going to be a lunar eclipse. Okay, just a heads up on that. That's on November 19th. You do have a new moon coming up, I believe November 4th in Scorpio. So let's take a look to see if the Astro Soul pulls any of these cards. Okay, it could be something completely different. So I'm just going to let the cards speak, and we're going to see exactly what energy and what messages are needing to come out for you. And we're going to go from there. All right. So what are the messages that Scorpio needs? And you can, sorry, I forgot. Like, so you can watch this if you're a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising. If I have particular messages for Scorpio risings, you are going to know. And that's going to be more in relation to certain houses. So if there are specific things that are coming up, like basically anytime you see me pull out my phone and check the chart for November and check the chart and like what's actually going to be going on for that specific astrological event. And I mentioned the house that it's going to be in, which is like the area of your life that it's taking place in. This is always going to refer to your rising sign, Scorpio rising. So there's going to be messages in this video, so you can watch this if you're a sun, moon, or rising. But there is going to be messages in this video for like specifically Scorpio risings. Okay, so if you're watching this and there are certain things that don't resonate with you, I mean, like some of the Scorpio rising messages could even resonate even if you are a Scorpio sun or moon, it could still resonate, and it could be because of some other aspect you have in your birth chart that's very similar. So, to the energy that I'm speaking on. So I guess like basically all I'm saying is like take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, it's just not your message, okay? I mean, sometimes these readings do really have a very, there are certain cards that come out that have very different energies, and it does kind of feel like different stories. So that does happen sometimes, okay? That does happen sometimes. Okay, so we have our Astro Soul Oracle cards. By the way, I do have It Part 2 playing on my TV in the background, okay? I've seen it before, so it's not distracting me. I just kind of have it on in the background, so like if you see me just kind of like look over there, it's just because like there's probably some action or something going on, okay? But don't worry about it. Okay, so for the Astro Soul cards, we do have the Aries. We have the first house, the house of self, the house of identity. So this is really interesting. So I definitely, if you are a Scorpio rising, obviously Scorpio is going to be your first house, okay? Scorpio is going to be your first house if you're a Scorpio rising. So this month is just all about you, okay? I mean, like even if you're a Scorpio rise, it's kind of like, I feel like this is interesting because it really can go for whether you're a sun, moon, or rising, okay? Because the house of Aries, it's all about the self, the ego, the identity, like what's up with you, Scorpio? What's going on with you? Like how are you doing? How are you feeling? What do you want? You know what I mean? So, and of course, a bunch of you are going to be celebrating birthdays. So it says, this is the house of the self and identity. Here's where we can see one's personality, behavior, character, physical appearance, as well as their attitude towards life. It starts with the sign known as the ascendant, okay? So the first house, the house of the ascendant, okay? So I am going to clear this up with tarot just to see what is going on with you, okay? So like what is the story over here? What's up with Scorpio? Like maybe you're evaluating, or like, you're just kind of ready to celebrate you this month, or you're evaluating some things in your life. I know a lot of the times, especially like as you get older, like around my birthday, like sometimes I tend to kind of evaluate like where I'm at in my life and where I want to be by next year, like little things like that, we're always, and usually the big birthdays is going to be if you're turning like 30 or 40 or 20, like things like that. Sometimes that evaluation process is definitely a lot more intense and in depth, and like, some people go through like depression, but anyway, back to your reading. Okay, so for the next Astro Soul card, you did get the North Node, Destiny and Challenges. Okay, so yeah, I do definitely feel like this could be related to how maybe like you yourself and how you connect with the world, how you go after your dreams, how you manifest your own destiny. Like what is it that you like really want to bring forward into the world. Now everybody, of course, just like every other planet, just like every other thing, is going to have their North Node in a different house, in a different sign. Currently the North Node is in Gemini, okay? So like as a collective, we're all kind of needing to kind of like make a conscious effort to challenge ourselves to like seek out information, or to like create a more community dynamic, to communicate more with like friends, to become closer, to like siblings, or, to kind of establish a more, to like maybe get rid of the people in our lives who really weren't that good of friends, or who really weren't aligned with us, to kind of like be honest with who you are as an individual, and then like find your community, and like really kind of like step into your like where you feel like you fit in, and like who your community is, who are your friends, okay? But of course, this does depend on what house it does fall under, okay? So now let me just, I can tell you like as of November 1st, the nodes do move. So if you're a Scorpio rising on November 1st, the North Node is in the 8th house, which is really interesting because that is the house of Scorpio. That is the house of Pluto, which is the unconscious. So this is actually, the reason why I find this super interesting, that like on November 1st, the North Node is in your 8th house in Gemini, is because like, okay, so we're kicking this off. We're in Scorpio season. Okay. It's like all about you right now. And, you know, so perhaps like perhaps your destiny and your challenge is truly to discover who you are. Okay. To truly discover like the depths of your unconscious and like who you are intimately, who you are on a soul level, on an intimate level, on an emotional level, okay? And also if you do have like a partner, you know, how you connect to the depths of your partner, you know, on a soul level and all that type of stuff, okay? So that's kind of the challenge that's going on here. If we are kind of just focusing on you right now. And then for the third Astro Soul card, we did pull Ceres. This is the very first asteroid that was discovered in the early 1800s, I believe 1801. And it's one of 4 asteroids that represent the different feminine natures within us. And Ceres represents nurture. Okay, so how you were nurtured, you know, this is very relevant to like how you were nurtured as a child. Things like that could be coming up for you this month, like questions of, you know, like especially if you face issues of like abandonment, or if you face if you are kind of going through more personal stuff, if you are diving into those deeper, more unconscious parts of yourself and kind of getting to know yourself intimately, you know, you could come face to face with some issues regarding like nurture and just like your connection to your parents when you were younger. I know that if we're talking about patterns, a lot of people that have strong Scorpio in their chart usually have some kind of issue with like the mother and overbearing parents, or there is some kind of issue there when it comes to like nurture or abandonment or like emotional neglect, you know, like things like that. Okay. And that could also be why like Scorpio energy does kind of tend to repress and kind of bury their feeling, and kind of like Scorpio does have this really tough exterior, but Scorpio and like Scorpios can definitely exude a lot of like power in their emotions and in their like structure and the way that they present themselves. But I think like on a deeper emotional level, like, you know, like you guys are very sensitive and you do like kind of expect a lot from people, and you do feel things very deeply. You feel like betrayal very deeply, or if somebody like wrongs you in some way. And you do experience those feelings of like revenge and hate and like, or like possessiveness or obsession. Like you do kind of experience those types of emotions on a different level as well. Okay. And that could all be tied to perhaps like how you were nurtured as a child, in what way, and things like that. Okay. So we are going to pull some tarot cards just to clarify. But I believe Ceres, so Ceres is currently in Gemini, and I don't think that, I think it's staying in Gemini this month. Pretty sure. Yeah. So Ceres is actually retrograding too. So this could be kind of happening more on an internal level for sure. Like this is not really something that you're talking to people about or communicating to people about. This is more like internal, especially because you do have Gemini in your 8th house. If you are a Scorpio rising, okay, you do have Gemini in the 8th house. So Ceres is transiting your 8th house. So, and because Ceres is in retrograde, you could definitely be internalizing a lot of these issues of like, you know, surrounding nurture, okay, like the way that your parents nurtured you, or the way that like the way that perhaps like you are or are not nurturing your current. So if you are in an intimate connection with someone, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but some kind of like sexual or intimate connection, questions could be coming up in regards to how you nurture that relationship. Whether it's questions that you are asking yourself or your partner is perhaps like bringing some issues to your attention. Okay, now let's go ahead and clarify this. So let's start with 3 cards from the Tarot of Dreams and get into this. All right, so what is going on? So we're going to do 1 card for each astrology card, and then we're gonna go further with tarot using the Modern Spellcasters Tarot, and then I'm gonna clarify that the Tarot of Dreams card with the Modern Spellcasters, and we're going to use 3 cards, okay? Okay, so the High Priestess. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes, I love this. Like, you are so in this energy. Like, Scorpio season just brings out that High Priestess in you. I love that I am. It's kind of like, I really just kind of felt like I am priestess. I am the High Priestess. And I was, oh, the clown is floating. He's going up into the sky. It was just really cool. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm glad I, like, spotted that. Just because, like, I love these movies. So I was actually talking about this, I think, in my last video. I think I was doing Virgo, and I was just mentioning, like, how I just think it would be so cool to be a priestess, and how, like, when I was younger, I literally used to, like, daydream about wearing, like being a nun, but not being a celibate nun, but being, like a witch nun, you know, just, like, being a nun and being very, like, serious about my craft, but, like, not necessarily, like, you know, like, being, like, celibate. But anyway, so yeah, this is so cool. Okay, this is so cool. I can totally feel you guys in this energy of the High Priestess. Just kind of, like, really just trusting your intuition and just kind of, like, knowing, like, just, like, this sense of knowing, you know, and being able to provide some kind of, like, mystical energy and, like, wisdom from the other side, you know, from the depths of your own soul, you know, just kind of, like, coming up, kind of, like, glowing up, you know, like, with what's going on around you. So that's really, really cool. Can you clarify the North Node? And then I'm going to clarify that High Priestess card as well, okay? And the High Priestess is moon energy, okay? Rules the moon, or moon rules the High Priestess. Can you clarify the North Node? Those are 2 cards. There we go. Okay, 7 of Swords. Okay. Things are getting a little crazy. Okay, 7 of Swords energy. This is going to be the moon in Aquarius. Okay. So we have the moon, and then we have the moon in Aquarius for the destiny and challenges. Okay. Honestly, what I see here, especially for you Scorpio risings out there, is, like, perhaps the tendency to either not express your feelings, especially, like, if you are, I don't know, like, if you are in an intimate relationship, okay, if you are in an intimate sort of connection, I feel a little bit of a running away. I feel an energy, and this is for Scorpio risings. If you're a Scorpio sun, I don't feel like you guys have these tendencies, but if you're a Scorpio rising, there could be a tendency to kind of like run away from your own feelings. Like, if you have certain feelings towards somebody, to be maybe a little, like, manipulative, or to, like, not face certain things in regards to your own level of intimacy. It's almost like there's a part of you that's afraid to go to the depths because you're afraid of what you might find, okay? Like, you're afraid of what will come to the surface. And if you end up with a partner who kind of triggers that in you, or who kind of brings up those, like, deeper issues in you, like, you might tend to run away. You might tend to, like, ghost them, or, like, not text back, or just kind of retreat into your own world and into your own place of seclusion, okay? So I'm feeling that actually very, very strongly for Scorpio risings. Now, if you're a Scorpio sun, you still might come across some challenges in your future in regards to maybe other people doing this to you. Okay. Like you still might have some challenges like in relationships and like whatever it is that you are wanting for yourself, whatever it is, like whatever destiny you are trying to create, it seems like you're still coming across these challenges where people aren't really like confronting you. They're not really like being honest about their emotions. And they're just kind of like playing this like sneaky energy, like giving you a little bit and then like running off, giving you a little bit and then running off. And I feel like you cannot stand that. And I feel like this is just something like, and you know, you're intuitive, you know, you got that high priestess radar on, like you can see, you know, you can feel it, you know it, you're intuitive. And it's like, you're just like in your vibe right now, like you're just in your element where I just feel like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, it's kind of like you're trying to like ask your intuition. You're trying to ask your higher self. You're trying to ask your inner priestess, your inner high priestess, like, what the heck do I do with this person? Like, what do I do with this person? You know, just like send me something. Like, what do I do with this person? Because they keep trying to play this like game with me, but like, well, they're not playing a game. Like, I already know, but it does hurt you. It does pain you because like you actually do care about this person. You actually do love this person. But it just like hurts you and it pains you to see this person behaving in this way because it's like you're a Scorpio. Like if anybody is going to understand these deeper issues, if anybody is going to like, it's almost like this is part of your purpose. It's like part of your purpose is to be a healing source and to be kind of like, you know, like you are able to have that sort of compassion, like even for the deepest issues that someone could be facing, and even for like the deepest things that someone could be experiencing that a lot of people like would hide from. So it's like on the one hand, which is really interesting because it's like on the one hand, if you're a Scorpio rising, it's like, I don't know if a Scorpio sun could date a Scorpio rising, but I don't know. I could be wrong because I'm just real. As I say that, I literally just remembered that my mother's husband is a Scorpio sun and my mother is a Scorpio rising. So I don't know. Maybe it can work out, but in my opinion, even their relationship is really weird. Like I just feel like they are a really weird couple, and I mean, they're both kind of psychotic, but so maybe, I don't know, I guess it could work, but like in a weird way, it's almost like the very thing that a Scorpio rising would maybe like want to run from or would want to kind of like not show you, like a Scorpio sun would actually want to see. I don't know if that's making any sense. I don't know. But okay, let's clear. We're gonna get a little bit deeper into this anyway. So let's go ahead and clarify Ceres. See what's going on with these cards. Clarify Ceres for me. All right. Well, there you go. Knight of Cups is Pisces energy. Okay. Whew, okay. So interesting. I feel like there is someone who wants to nurture this connect. Okay, so if you are connecting, okay, so I feel like for most of you, you could be in a connection. Okay. Or there is someone who might be coming towards you in November to express some kind of like love, you know, to like, you know, to show interest. And they're coming with a very nurturing kind of energy, okay? So there's going to be some person who shows up, whether you know this person or not, whether you're with this person already or not. For some of you, you might already be with them. But if you are with them, they could want to like nurture you and like hold you, and they might want to like, I mean, be the nurturer, you know, to like be there, but you are like kind of running away from that, okay? Or you are kind of like acting like you don't need their help in that department. You know, they might actually trigger something in you. Okay, that type of nurturing, that type of romantic expression or expression of love, or just kind of like, you know, that type of energy could actually trigger something in you that makes you want to run away or move away from it, because like either because like you feel maybe like you don't deserve that, or you don't, you know, because maybe you weren't nurtured properly like as a child, or you had issues in that regard as a child in regards to like how your parents nurtured you, or the lack of being nurtured, you know, like not being nurtured. So when it comes your way, like you don't really know what it is. You're just like, you know, like you just want to play tough, or you just, you know, you decide that you want to spend some time alone and like go within, you know, like it could trigger you to kind of like go within yourself. Cause like you have this like ability to heal yourself too. And I know that Scorpios do like to show a lot of strength. So, you know, and like Scorpio energy is very powerful energy, you know, to show that kind of like emotional power and strength and stuff like that. So like for someone to come in and kind of act that way towards you or treat you like that, for you, it's almost like, you think you're gonna fix me? Like, I don't know, for you, it's almost like, oh, that's cute. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's cute, you know, but I'm just gonna go this way and then I'll come back to you when I'm ready, or like something like that, you know? Like there's this weird energy of, I don't know, like not like being suspicious of it. There's this energy almost like you're suspicious of it. You're suspicious of anybody wanting to come in and like show you love and like to nurture and to, you know, to show that to you. I feel like you're suspicious of it. And I want to know why. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these cards. Like, why are you suspicious of that? You know, and it could be because of some deeper issues. It could be because of some deeper challenges that you are needing to face within yourself in regards to how you view that nurturing energy. And it could have a lot to do with, you know, certain parents not, you know, your parents not being present, you know, either your mother or your father, like not being around in your life, or you not getting the proper kind of attention. You know, you might have experienced a lot of emotional neglect when you were a kid. So when you experience emotional neglect as a kid, like that, you are deeply emotional, you are deeply scarred by that, but it kind of like manifests and it takes on something else as you get older, because like you kind of learn to like repress your feelings, you kind of learn to like bottle it up. And you just have a really hard time trusting people. It's like, so I feel like this is almost something like you don't know how to trust it because perhaps you just never experienced something like that in your life. Okay, let's clarify the High Priestess. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands, Jupiter in Leo, sense of victory, more fire energy. Eight of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius, and King of Wands, more Leo energy. Okay, that's a lot of fire energy. Okay, so I don't know, like you could be dealing with a fire sign, or you could have a lot of fire in your chart, Leo or Sagittarius. But with this clarifying the High Priestess, it's like you're just claiming it. Like honestly, like you're claiming it. Like you're claiming it. You're just like, yes, like you're just coming up as a leader, and you're just coming up like on fire. Okay, you're coming up on fire. Like it's kind of like Scorpio, like you're rising from the ashes right now. You are the phoenix, and you're just like, you like, this is your month. You're rebirthing yourself, you know, you're rebirthing yourself. And like, I always find the dynamic of Scorpio and Sagittarius interesting, and the fact that like Sagittarius season comes right after Scorpio season, you know, and it's like, you guys are kind of like the, what's that word? The catalysts, right? You're like the catalyst of like that phoenix, like rising from the depths, you know, of like despair, or like from the depths, and then like, it's like it's like you're just transported, and you just like morph into this like phoenix, and like on fire and passionate and creative and talented, and you know, emerge into like Sagittarius season, and then like ride, you know, that wave. Because I always like, I mean, even though I do have, as a Sagittarius, I do have like a Scorpio moon, like I can see how the succession of the zodiac signs kind of like flow, and how they flow, and I can like kind of feel that energy as a Scorpio moon and Sagittarius sun, like how that energy kind of like literally comes from like the depths, and then just kind of starts to emerge, and then like break free, right? And then it just kind of breaks free into this like creative, passionate, like expressive kind of energy. Okay, or like I said, you could have a lot of fire in your chart. Okay, so I feel like you're just kind of claiming it. There is like, you might either want to travel or go somewhere, or there's definitely like something that you're wanting to communicate. Now, for some of you, like there might be like a particular person, with this King of Wands over here. This could be definitely a particular person that you're wanting to go towards, because like you're just kind of like tapping into your intuition, and you just like feel a lot of passion for this person. And you're just kind of feeling like you're literally just like claiming your leadership. You're claiming your spirits in regards to yourself and what it is that you want. Okay. And Mercury in Sagittarius is actually going to show up at the end of November. So Mercury in Sagittarius is showing up November 24th, actually. Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius. So towards the end of the month, especially if maybe like someone does reach out to you, or like there could be a specific person that, you know, that doesn't have to do with anybody that you already know, or like someone that you meet that's new, and perhaps you just feel like very excited around them, and you know, there's just like a lot of like fast communication going on here. Okay. Or you can have just like a lot of feelings, a lot of inspired and creative kind of feelings, you know, and you might start thinking creatively about the future, or about how to, you know, obtain someone, how to get someone in particular, like having visions about someone in particular, or to really just kind of like step into that creative power yourself and really become that King of Wands, like that leader, okay, that creative and amazing leader, you know, like coming into your own. Okay, this could definitely be like a message, with it being Scorpio season, of, you know, like, I don't know, like you just wanting to go out and party. Like I think of the King of Wands as someone who likes to have fun, you know, like they like to have fun, because this is Leo energy, and Leo energy, they want to have fun, you know, they want to have a party. Okay, they want to just be romantic, and like, you know, just like be in that creative energy, you know, and they're like all about like the ego, you know, they're ruled by the sun. And this is all under your first house, which is the house of self. Okay, so this could definitely very much be about you, and you just like coming up into your fullest expression, but on earth, you know, like not just, you know, in this like other spiritual realm, because King of Wands is on earth. Okay, the High Priestess takes place in like another realm. The High Priestess is in the spiritual realm. She's from the universe. She's an archetype. So this is something that like you're feeling within you. It's part of your spiritual world, okay? But when we're talking about coming into your fullest expression, we're going to definitely be coming out as like a king or a queen, as it manifesting here on earth. Okay, let's clarify the Seven of Swords. All right. We have the Eight of Cups, Saturn and Pisces. Walking away from something. Okay. So this challenge might end up becoming too much of a challenge. This person that you are dealing with could end up becoming too much of a challenge. You might not just feel like a sense of connection to this, and you might end up deciding to walk away from it. Okay, but there is something that you're walking away from. And also, like I mentioned before, that Seven of Swords, I do actually kind of see this for a lot of you, this being you. And you kind of like choosing not to deal with something or someone. And perhaps you are kind of running away from your own feelings, but perhaps this is like a path that you need to take, okay? With the Eight of Cups showing up, it's almost like this is a spiritual journey that you might actually have to take for your own benefit, okay? And for you to really truly discover your your true feelings, you know, to really kind of like take this journey and to discover for yourself like what your feelings are, what is it that you're going through. We do have the Empress that came out, okay? Major Arcana, Venus energy. Yeah, so I feel like you might just choose to take care of yourself here, okay? To be abundant, to be creative, you know, and perhaps you also want this person to chase you, okay? This person that you end up like walking away from or running away from or pushing away, you might actually push somebody away because they trigger too much in you. They like might trigger some deeper issues within you. I feel like you kind of want them to chase you. You kind of want them to come after you, and you want to like set your bar high. You want to set yourself, you know, like you're the Empress, you know, like you want to symbolize love. And like you want to be the person, I don't know, like you want to be complete within yourself. You want to know yourself. You want to know your own heart. You want to work out your own issues so you can, you know, be like that strong person for the other person. Like you don't necessarily want someone who's going to help you work out your own issues. You don't necessarily want someone that you're going to depend on like that. Okay, you might actually choose to go a completely different route and just kind of take care of yourself and your own heart and figure yourself out and figure out your own triggers, your own wounds, the things that you are wounded by, perhaps from your childhood, before you decide to go down that road of like relationships and intimacy and all that type of stuff. Okay, so that's showing up under your destiny and challenges. So let's get one more card to clarify this. We have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. Very cool. Very interesting. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I'm feeling kind of like you really just want to, you know, you really want to be, you want to take your power back and you want to come up as this like Empress, okay? As this like love, like Venus love kind of energy. You want the person to see you that way, okay? But it's like, it's almost like with the Three of Pentacles over here, which is Mars and Capricorn. It's like you still, by you working on yourself, you feel like you're also working on your connection to other people, whether it's like a specific person or it's other people that you are involved with, whether it's like work relationships or friendships or things like that, or like, you know, if you're building a business, if you have partners, like you could be building something. So I kind of feel like by you choosing to focus on yourself, it's also helping you to be a better, it's helping you to become a more productive human being in the like material realm of like foundation building, to actually build stable foundations. Like that's kind of like, it looks like that's the route that you're wanting to go. So even in regards to like, let's say, so if like you are focusing on your finances, and if you are focusing on your business or your work or your career, it's because that is something that you feel needs to be worked on, and that's something that is maybe has always been a challenge for you, and something that you do want to kind of master, so that you can come forward in the future with an approach to relationships that has to do with stability and working together as a team to build something together. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups. Okay, we have the Five of Wands, Saturn in Leo, the Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Death card, Scorpio. Wow, ending this tarot reading with the Death card. Scorpio energy, wham bam, thank you ma'am. So freaking cool. I don't know why, but whenever the Death card comes out for Scorpio, I'm just like, and that's that. I don't know, it's just so funny. Okay, so clarifying the Knight of Cups, we have the Five of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Death card. Okay. Okay, so I don't really necessarily even feel like this is your energy, Scorpio. I feel like this is another person's energy. I feel like this is the energy of the person who is coming, who is in your life. For most of you, I feel like this person's already in your life somehow. You know, like you've known them already from the past. Their energy, it's like an energy that's present. There's some kind of conflict going on with this person, because I don't feel like this is your energy. I feel like this person who wants to come in and show you nurture, and to like nurture you, to perhaps nurture the connection, and to show you like his love or her love. I feel like, and this is a person that you're kind of like running away from, or you're going in the opposite direction, and perhaps it's because this High Priestess intuitive energy is kind of telling you that this person has like some drama going on in their life, okay? So with the Five of Wands, it looks like there's some kind of conflict, there's some kind of drama that's going on with this person. This could be external drama, this could be in relation to his environment. He could be having issues with some other people, family, friends, other relationships. It does look like he does want to, like, it looks like he wants to move towards you, but it also looks like he's needing to, he's still like in this very, very slow moving kind, like he's needing to really evaluate what his next move is going to be. Okay, it's almost like he's still looking to see if he even has what it takes, if he's still valuable. I think that he's very unsure of himself with this Page of Pentacles over here. I don't know if he's completely sure of himself. I don't know if he's completely sure about what it is that he feels he can bring to the table. And he's just kind of carrying this pentacle like what can I do with this? It's like he's holding the last of his earnings, or the very like the little bit that he has right now, and he's trying to figure out the best way to invest it. But it's like there's this feeling of being very unsure. There's this feeling of being very, very unsure of his own ability to invest in something. And it could be anything. It could be like you. It could be in regards to a long-term relationship. And it can also be just like in regards to himself. Like he might not even really know if he has what it takes to like bring himself to his own potential or to his own capacity. But there is some, there is also this feeling like he is taking as much time as he needs, but he's still looking. He's looking, he's taking his time. When we're dealing with Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, like there's also this feeling of like doing the bare minimum. And it could be because he feels like he needs to learn more, like he doesn't have enough information, or he doesn't have enough resources. Okay, he might not have the resources. He might feel like he doesn't have the resources to accomplish the things that he needs to accomplish. So that's why he's taking his time and is moving slowly, so that the puzzle pieces can start to fall together over time. Okay, and as time goes on, hopefully he can learn and grow and evolve and really discover how he can continue to take himself to the next level, to the next level, to the next level, and continue down that path. Now with the Death card over here, the Scorpio card, you know, there's a very good possibility that he's unsure of himself. Like your energy, Scorpio, is so strong. So like he might feel like he's unsure of himself because like it's like looking like, it's like almost knowing how ruthless you are, and almost like, well, you know, if I don't come at Scorpio a certain kind of way, they're going to axe me. Scorpio's going to axe me, like the Death card over here. And, you know, as we see over here, that kind of is what happens. But you also have the ability to change the course of your own life. Like, you know, this is kind of like the present energy. So you could always take this reading and be like, okay, well, maybe I'll end up choosing to show compassion. So that's completely on you. But it's just really interesting because it's like, I kind of feel like he feels very unsure of himself. And it could also be because perhaps in the past you have made him or her feel very unsure of themselves. Like they don't know how to come at you or how to talk to you or approach you. So it's like he's still kind of looking at this like, well, how do I even win? How do you even win with someone who like literally like represents death? Like how do you win with someone who is just going to like cut me out, you know, or who is just going to end this relationship, you know? Like maybe I really just don't have what it takes. And it's kind of also like, I feel like there is this deeper part of this person who is willing to accept that he doesn't have what it takes, that he or she does not have what it takes to like get you. But I also feel like they're still looking. They're still looking, and it's like they're willing to learn. They're willing to continue observing and learning like from you. So that is super, super interesting. Okay. But there is definitely this like fear. There's a lot of fear. I do feel a lot of fear here. Okay. Fear that things are going to end. Okay. I see that there's fear that things are going to end, like end, like done, like I'm done. Okay. And that you're going to just move on. Okay, that you're just going to move on. So I don't know, Scorpio, that this Three of Pentacles is really interesting to me because you might actually end up choosing to work things out with this person. Oof. But you also understand that you really need to be in a strong place if you are going to deal with this person, because perhaps you just dealt with a lot of bullshit in the past. Okay. And it's like you keep, but with this, like with this High Priestess, the King of Wands, the Empress, the Death card, like I just feel like you're popping up. Like if it's almost like you keep coming up even better versions of yourself and better versions of yourself and better, like you keep stepping into these really amazing leadership dynamic kind of roles within that kind of energy, but doing it with like within its own element and with, you know, with grace, with style, you know what I mean? Like power. But like with grace and with style and with sensitivity and with meaning and with love, you know what I mean? So it's like really cool. It's a very cool energy. It feels really nice. Like I kind of started this reading and I was a little bit tired. But I don't know, like I just have a different feeling right now. And I feel like there's something really, I don't know, just really cool about the energy. Like I'm feeling a lot of self-love. I'm feeling a lot of self-love. Like you guys are really like loving on yourselves right now. And I love that. Like all the different sides of yourself, like you're loving the different sides of yourself, even this like darker, more mysterious, like death-like energy that you guys are associated with, like even loving the darker aspects of yourself and just like feeling joyful in it. And like, because knowing that even when there's an ending, there's a new beginning. It's just kind of like this knowing, this High Priestess knowing that even when one thing ends, another thing begins. And I feel like you are finally just like grasping on to that kind of knowledge, to that like, to that truth. With High Priestess over here, you're like acknowledging and grasping that truth of life, that with every ending, there's a new beginning, and you're seeing the beauty in it. You're seeing the beauty in this, in these cycles, in these endings, and in these new beginnings, because you transform yourself, you regenerate yourself, you can completely transform and then take on this like other energy and learn something new, maybe experience a new lesson, okay, or something like that. And, you know, either go back to a past situation with this new knowledge, or continue to move on your path and you know, and like share your knowledge, share your wisdom, while also obtaining new wisdom, new knowledge, and new lessons. Okay, so let's pull out an advice card from the Enchanted Map Oracle. One final card for Scorpio. All right, so for your final oracle, stop, shut up. How is this happening? What the hell? This is insane. Like, seriously, you got flying. You got flying. I'm going to tell you why this is crazy, because I don't know, but for some reason to me, this is really crazy. Maybe it's because it's Scorpio season, Halloween. Well, you know, you guys are watching this video in November, but I'm recording it just a little before Halloween, okay? But like, I don't know, there's just like so much just like free-flowing like happiness in the air, okay? So the first video that I did was Sagittarius, and they got this card at the end. I pulled this exact same card for Sagittarius. And this video I did right before you guys was Virgo. So the second video I did was Virgo. Pulled the exact same card. And I have been shuffling this deck. I pulled the flying card. And now you guys are my third video. And I pulled the flying card. Literally 3 times in a row, the flying card. Like, what? Okay, to me, the flying card is like the same as the Fool card. Okay, the Fool card, new beginnings, new journeys, new adventures, new lessons, a new passion for life, a new zest for life. Like, horizons are bright, your imagination, you're just like, you're ready for a new adventure, you know, you're ready to take a leap of faith. And to kind of just get lost in the moment, you know, to just like go with the winds of unpredictability and kind of like see where it takes you, and to just kind of like just go with it, go with the flow, enjoy life, enjoy yourself, enjoy being happy, like do what makes you happy. That's all of that is tied up with the flying card. It's literally just like letting yourself go, okay, like freeing yourself, okay, you're flying, okay. So like, and to me this is like so symbolic of just loving yourself. Like the moment that you just love every single part of who you are inside, like every single aspect of yourself, the sadness within you, the anger within you, the depths, you know, the imperfections, the issues. We all have issues. We all have bullshit that we dealt with as children, you know, and just kind of like acknowledging it and accepting it. Like, that's when you really just start to like love yourself, and you're just like, you know what, like, you know, fuck it. Like, you know, I'm going to do what I'm passionate about. I'm going to do what I love. Like, I'm just going to be me, and I'm going to like do what makes me happy, and I'm going to take chances, and I'm going to take risks. And it's just like, and just being like, you're just flying, okay? And I mean, why wouldn't you, okay? It's Scorpio season, so happy birthday, you guys. So cool that I pulled the flying card. Oh my God. So this is your reading, guys, for November 2021. Let me know if you want to leave a comment, please do. Otherwise, hopefully you subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for what's next.